Alright, so let's continue with part 2. Last video I was talking about how you're Ron Paulin in 2011 and 2012. And so, for those that don't know, Ron Paulin's a new verb. Okay, so if you want to Ron Paul and support the man who, in response to this video, the age of Ron Paul, are you guys getting excited? I mean, do you realize what is happening? I'm getting really excited. And so, to see Ron Paul where he is now, and if you just watched that video, The Age of Ron Paul, shout out to Ron Paul Answers. That was a great video. So if you're not subscribed to that channel, please subscribe. That compilation, even Jon Stewart is pumping Ron Paul on Bill O'Reilly. And so, how I'm Ron Paulin so far, first step, I got the t-shirt right there, Giraffe Ron Paul. So when you go around people, and now when I'm going around, everybody's upset about this, right? So everything is a hot topic. War is a hot topic. Banks is a hot topic. Jobs, inflation. I mean, if you want to get into it, you can talk about anything. And what I always tell people is the only person I trust in Congress is Ron Paul. And now Rand Paul, of course, but other than that, who else is packed with such a track record as Ron Paul? And I can't wait to see it get more intense and more exciting. And that was the last video as well. If you want to check out why I call Ron Paul G-Ron, that is very interesting because he's now my great-grandfather. And if you don't catch that story, you can find it. Ron Paul is the man, and we're just talking about representing Ron Paul wherever we go. And when I talk with people, everybody's talking about these hot topics, and so I say Ron Paul is the only guy I trust in Congress, and so I'm voting for Ron Paul 2012. Because what's interesting in this country, in this culture, really, not necessarily the country, you can't talk about the most vital things to our lives. Money, politics, and religion. So all these topics are so sensitive, but we should be able to have a discussion about this. And even these hot topics that are so hot right now, and it seems like they're the hottest they've ever been in history, because we're at the present time, and now is the most valuable time that we have. So when I go around with people, I'm telling them, hey, I'm voting for Ron Paul. Freely, no problem. Why? Because it's real and it's true. And if you really care about somebody, okay, if you really care about the people you're talking to, wouldn't you want to tell them the truth? So as much as it's a wake-up or kind of a shock for some people, they get jolted a little bit, if you're in a certain state of mind, you need to get jolted sometimes. You need to get bumped around and kind of explore the different paths of questions and awareness. And if you don't have someone to push you over really, then a lot of times you don't get that opportunity. So go around, talk to people. Hey, I'm Ron Paulin, and I'm going to get it on my card too. So I'll maybe put that on part 3 of the series, How You're Ron Paulin. But there's nothing to be shy about. All these celebrities are back at Ron Paul. He's have a consistent track record. So, and we just saw this great video, The Age of Ron Paul. These guys are on national TV talking to millions of people saying this stuff. So go out, Ron Paul it. That's the main message today. And I know Ron Paul's going to turn it up because he's the man. He's G-Ron, and he does what he says. So he's going to nullify all these unconstitutional laws and give us opportunity to make some choices in our life that these other candidates, not really just puppets really, they have no idea what's going on. And you look at that part about Mitt Romney in this last video. He says he likes mandates. and then he's like, he can't even back up what he says. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So these guys don't know what's going on. And Ron Paul says, you guys don't understand the business cycle. And so he's turning it up. We're all turning it up. We're all going to be Ron Paulin. And find a way to get a message out. This is very vital information that you, your friends and family all need. I need it too. and the fact that we can even respond on YouTube, that's so great too. You know, so I thank Ron Paul, and you know, even the last video, I saw that video and I kind of thought, man, I kind of look like an arrogant dog on there, man. So don't let me try to say, you know, I'm superior to Ron Paul, please. That is just a mistaken quote for me, because I'm really nothing compared to Ron Paul. He really lived the life, and you know, if somebody can live that life, you got to do it. And for those that did not see the picture of Ron Paul the athlete, just Google that. Get a picture of Ron Paul the athlete. He's in his pool with his great-granddaughter, and he's got some nice toned arms on him that you wouldn't imagine this guy's 75. He looks like he's 55, not even. So Ron Paul, you know, we're praying for you, and we know that you're consistent, and that's why we're all gonna Ron Paul in 2011, 2012, however we can, and we're gonna tell our friends, and we're gonna tell everybody we know that we're going for Ron Paul. No question about it, and we're right behind you. So Ron Paul, make it happen in 2012, and however you can do it, you know, get the message out. All right, so be sure you check in for the next video, part 3. See ya.